I wasn't even gonna bring it up. I was just gonna let it go and laugh it off. But so many of you have reached out to me about this that I figured I'd give you all my 2 cents. In a move so mind-boggling, yet so empty-minded, which is oh so Logitech, Logitech wants to charge you a subscription to use your mouse. Yeah, let's talk about that. So in a recent interview with The Verge, new Logitech CEO Hanneke Faber sat down with Nilay Patel to have a friendly chat on a podcast. And during that episode, a concept of the forever mouse was brought up that now is getting a lot of attention. I'm gonna read you guys a little transcript from this podcast. During the conversation, Hanneke said, "I'm very intrigued. The other day in Ireland, our innovation center there, one of our team members showed me a forever mouse with the comparison to a watch. This is a nice watch, not a super expensive watch, but I'm not planning to throw that watch away ever. So why would I be throwing my mouse or keyboard away if it's a fantastic quality, well-designed, software-enabled mouse? The forever mouse is one of the things that we'd like to get to." Nilay asked, "What made the mouse a forever mouse?" Faber responded, "It's a little heavier. It had great software and services that you'd constantly update, and it was beautiful. So I don't think we're necessarily super far away from that." Now again, I'm still reading this to you. We're gonna do a breakdown and reaction towards the end of this, but that was just the intro, so buckle up. Later on, Nilay said, "I'm still stuck on, you're gonna sell me a mouse once and it's going to have ongoing software updates forever? Imagine, it's like your Rolex. You're gonna really love that. But Rolex has to employ software engineers to ship me over-the-air updates forever. But the artifact is like your Rolex, and then given what we know about technology that we attach to changes, it's not gonna be like your Rolex in that it doesn't have to ever change. Our stuff will have to change, but does the hardware have to change? I'm not so sure. We'll obviously have to fix it and figure out what that business model is. We're not at the forever mouse today, but I'm intrigued by that thought." Nilay then said, "There are 2 ways people have traditionally proposed monetizing hardware over time. It's subscription fees and it's advertising. Is there a 3rd way that I don't know about that you're thinking of?" Hanneke says, "No. The 3rd way is the traditional model of we innovate and we have you upgrade. That's the current model, and we're pretty damn good at that model because we have pretty damn good innovators around the company who do come up with fabulous products." That is definitely the model today. It's not a bad model at all, especially since we're continuing to design for more sustainable products. We're continuing to recycle and refurbish products, all that is good. But that said, I'm intrigued by a forever mouse or forever video conferencing solution that you just update with software and create a business model around that. Then the hard-hitting questions from Nilay, I'm gonna ask this very directly. Can you envision a subscription mouse? Possibly. And that would be the forever mouse. Yeah. So you pay a subscription for software updates to your mouse. Yeah. And you never have to worry about it again, which is not unlike our video conferencing services today. But it's a mouse. But it's a mouse. Yeah. I think consumers might perceive those to be very different. Yes, but it's gorgeous. Think about it, like a diamond-encrusted mouse. There is so much to unpack there. What are you doing, Logitech? Now, first up in the beginning, I mentioned this is Logitech's new CEO, Hanneke Faber. Recently, she was head of multi-billion-dollar nutrition companies, overseeing projects there. Projects in the past include things like Kate Spade, Pantene, with the majority of her business being at the head of certain panels for nutrition and beauty products. Now, I'm not, discounting any of her work. She's probably very, very intelligent, which is why she holds such high positions in these multi-million and billion-dollar companies. But the jump from nutrition and beauty to Logitech seems kind of strange to me. Not that the two necessarily have to be directly related, because the CEO is mainly to just, right the ship and make some more money. But this just seems very strange and out of touch, which follows what Logitech's been doing for the last 4 to 5 years, so maybe it's the perfect pairing. But I want to go back to one of the first things she talked about with this Forever mouse being compared to a Rolex watch, sure. But when talking about this Forever mouse, she said, it's a little heavier. As if that's what the market in 2024 wants, a mouse that's a little heavier. Now, could this be something more so along the lines of like a productivity mouse, like their MX Master lineup? Possibly, because that would, kind of be in line with a heavier mouse. Gaming mice, today's day and age, we're like 55 grams and under for a modern, lightweight, wireless mouse. So the fact that right off the bat, she's already aiming for a heavier mouse just seems kind of odd. But if it had great software and services that you would constantly update, and it would be beautiful. A mouse is in your hand. We don't need, the physical appearance of a mouse is the least of importance here. So the fact that they're so far just worrying about it being a bit heavier and looking beautiful or nice looking and having to constantly be updated, they're making it seem like is a bonus when those are 3 of the worst things that are the least importance here. And another thing that I threw like 10 exclamations around this quote was when they were talking about their current business model of, just the production and innovating their mice. She said, and we're pretty damn good at that model because we have pretty damn good innovators around the company who come up with fabulous products. This is the same Logitech who's making mice and keyboards that nobody asked for and are 4 to 5 years behind the current standard in the gaming market. This same Logitech who in releasing new versions of the Superlight seemingly just used modeling clay over where the right-sided buttons used to be instead of properly smoothing out the mouse's contour and just called it a finger groove. And the last point to touch on here is when Nilay asks, so you pay a subscription for software updates to your mouse? And she replies, yes, and you never have to worry about it again. Now, what I find very interesting about a Forever mouse concept is, again, we're in 2024 and you look at where the mouse market was 3 to 4 years ago, hell, even 2 to 3 years ago. The innovations in the mouse market has drastically changed. Weight reductions, higher sensors, higher polling rates. One of the things that people probably upgrade the most is a mouse because, like I said, it's just changing so drastically and only getting better. So the concept of a Forever mouse that's a bit heavier seems like the polar opposite of what a mouse is today, and not in a good, innovative way. Again, when these new mice are coming out, you want to upgrade because it's lighter, it's faster, it's more efficient, it's got better battery over time. So why would software be the main selling point, keeping a physical, tangible mouse that the hardware will never change? Why is that a good thing? Guess what? It's not, Hanneke. Hardware has and will always be the most important part of the mouse. You can't upgrade sensors with software. You can't reduce weight with software. You can't change shape and size of the mouse with software. How don't they see that? So the fact they're requiring software to be a paid subscription model that they will update over time is lunacy. And like one of the things I always think of is like Adobe and stuff. Like if you're not connected to the internet, I can't use any of my photo or video editing software. So if you have to pay to have this software updates to your mouse, an active subscription service, what happens if you're not online? Does your mouse just become a brick? There are so many things that I'm questioning and hating about this that it's insane. It is truly insane and so out of touch that this current concept of a Forever mouse seems like a good idea to Hanneke Faber. And again, I know she's a newly appointed CEO, and this is one of the things that she brought up that she's very excited about, which leads me to believe that the wheels are already in motion. Just reading this podcast here and what she's talked about and what they've showed her and how if this ever becomes a thing, Logitech is as good as dead in the water. I mean, I don't know what else to say about that. It is just such a crazy, crazy, crazy concept that, like I said, my initial reaction was to laugh this off. But a bunch of you guys have been hitting me up on Twitter and on YouTube to talk about this, that I wanted to bring it up to see what you guys thought about it. And you know what? I'm gonna play the sarcastic devil's advocate here, and I'm gonna say, you know what, Logitech? Do it. I would love to see you do this and see the market reaction and how the consumers react to this and how that does for the company. Well, guys, that'll do it. I'm Random Frank P. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.